Hello YouTubers, Reloading Bench back with you once again. And based on this beautifulness of orange, this orangeness, you can probably guess what this video is about. It is about Labradar, but it is not about this Labradar. So for years, this has been my Labradar setup. I started out actually with the tripod. And then a couple years later found someone getting rid of their flat stand, because when I bought my Labradar, in fact the orangeness I think is fading a little bit. When I bought my Labradar, my version, this plate that they call, which is so thin but cool because it sits on your bench, whereas you know the tripod can be challenging in the sense that easy to tip, and when you balance the Labradar on top of here and you have some height, it's very easy to topple. It's quite top heavy. So over the years I expanded. I got the removable batteries by a third-party company because Labradar's batteries were way too expensive. I think somebody 3D printed the battery holder so it clips nicely on top of the Labradar. So again, over time, I tricked out cables and such. Over time, I kind of tricked out my Labradar. So I don't have a bad thing to say. I've seen mixed comments over the years. I still have the I don't know, I do this. This is one of my things. I never take the top off. Different little adapters. This is for the bipod. Tripod. I have my cheat sheet, my laminated cheat sheet, because sometimes you haven't used it in a while and you forget how to deal with it. No batteries so that it's pristine, and I use the USB. In fact, I have a USB magnet battery, USB magnet adapter to do my power, so that I don't have to worry about jamming it into that little alcove cutout that seems to be a pain in the behind. And let me show you that, because that's actually kind of cool. I discovered that a few years ago too. Which one is it? It's with the battery, so it's not this set of cables. It'll be the cable I can't find at the moment, and that would be Murphy's Law. There it is. So the beauty behind this particular charging cable, these cables, is plug it into my USB battery, and then I just do that, and we're golden. I don't know if you can see my hand, and we're golden, so I don't have to worry, and it breaks out easy, so you don't have to worry about jamming that little thing in there, you know, the connectors thing. So it can be a pain in the behind. But in general, I don't have Labradar angst. This has performed well for me. It was many years ago. I can't remember when they first came out, but I've had this a really long time. And it doesn't get a whole lot of range use. I'll work up a load, and then I'll take the Labradar up. But I mean, it's a biggie, you know, when you're taking everything to the range. And that, maybe it's easier to do this. And that is primarily what this video is about. So you can probably guess what's in here. Big difference in size. This is the Labradar Wow, I've not even had any tea. This is the Labradar LX. And it's a little tiny thing. Oh, wow. That's an understatement. Wow. And I'll probably leave that on too. Rubber face. Very small screen. Not that the original Labrador was huge. In fact, if you saw the Caldwell version of the Doppler, I mean, that screen's not, in terms of screens, obviously this is twice the size, but look at the difference in the size of the units. So I'll take the trade-off. So the Caldwell, huge piece of plastic with a screen like this, and then the other competitor that set this on fire, this space on fire, is the Garmin, is it the XC? It's the Garmin version of this. And one of the things that drew me to this particular version over the Garmin, same price. Garmin was available before this, but they, the folks in Canada at Labradar announced this when the Garmin came out. Not a bad little tripod. Okay, since I don't know how to use it yet, I should probably read the directions. So I would think once you've extended that out. Okay, so that's, not bad. Looks like there's a lock there somewhere that I'm not aware of. So instead of me breaking it, I'll read the directions. So it looks like it comes with the tripod and the unit. The biggest differentiator for me on this unit over the Garmin, okay, it's aluminum, but it's a metal. All metal housing, and it's heavy. Let's find out how heavy it is. It's very heavy. Actually, you know what? Let me get a different, I think my powder scale is too light. Let me get my janky scale and we'll weigh it. But that was a big delimiter for me. I wanted something solid. This is made in Canada, not China. And that was part of my decision criteria. I'd rather give Canada my funds than China. Made in Canada. All right, let me get my scale and we will weigh this unit. All right, so I figure ounces is best. So let's see if it will hold on to that and get a grippy grip. It's amazing how this always turns away from wherever I'm holding it. So this is about 12 ounces. Yes, it's 12 ounces. This weighs next to nothing, maybe 2 ounces, 1.2. So we're talking 13 ounces, the whole kit and caboodle, 13 ounces. 13 ounces for the Labradar. Now, and we won't bother weighing that. I wish they would have included a cover, but in true fashion, Labradar didn't include a cover for this either. So I will take this out and we'll do apples to apples. And we'll also stay in ounces. This will be significantly more ounces. All right, where is a good place to grab? All Alright, I want to keep it over the bench in case it drops. But I don't know why it's on lock, so I'm going to restart it. And then that means I need to re-weigh. That's what I was afraid was going to happen. That's why I don't want to put it over. Murphy's Law. Okay, we're at 49 ounces. 49 ounces for just the Labradar. There was the, I don't know how to take it off lock. Maybe by just resetting it. 49 ounces versus, I think this was 12. Yes, 12 ounces. Jumping between 11 and 12, so I'll go with 12. And this was it's a bummer when shit won't catch. There we go. That was 0.6. Come on, 4 ounces. So this is 4 ounces. This is 12 ounces. So we're going to say 16 ounces, but that's not fair because, you know, weighing this weighs, where can I grab this? This weighs, you know, 24 ounces. So 24 plus 49, what was that, 73? 73 versus 16. So there's a big difference in size and weight. Bulkiness versus compactness. So I knew something would drop. Wouldn't be a normal day unless something dropped. So again, this will go back in its safekeeping because there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. It's just big and bulky. And this is small and svelte. And I'm really liking this. Again, there's your USB connection and audio connection, USB power and data. Supposedly a simplified menu. Oh, it looks like it comes charged. I'll have to see if there's a firmware update. There usually always is on new stuff. And I don't know if it just stays there. Let's go to settings. Hopefully I don't have a broken unit. There we go. That battery's about half full. It's in rifle mode, handgun, settings. A little more intuitive, in my opinion, than the original. But shut down, confirm, shutting down. It's a tight little unit. I mean, for those in the U.S. measurement system, 2 inches. Let's go 2.5. 2.25. 2.5. Yeah, it's a small little cube, and you all know how much I like cubes. So I'm going to say that's kind of cool. Obviously, no range time yet. so that will be the next video at some point. Take it out to the range, compare it, but this is a lot easier, and I will find some type of bag or cover for it, because throwing this in the range bag is a piece of cake compared to this. This was always a separate, okay, we're going to take the radar today, versus this could stay in the bag almost all time. So very big difference. Very nice. It feels solid as all hell. It really does. And the other one is Chinesium, and it's plastic. And someone will bash me to say that there's nothing wrong with the Garmin, and I have Garmin stuff. So, but I had good experience with Labradar, so I decided to stay with the brand and continue my endorsement, my personal endorsement, because this came out of pocket. Later. Hello, YouTubers. We're going to call this segment part 2, picking up with the Lab Radar. I opted to hopefully get a reasonably sized carrying case. This is misjudged, or something close to that. Something very similar is on Harbor Freight, and these are relatively inexpensive. It's pick and pluck. Let's see how, so we've got a little bit of a base there, and the pick and pluck is that. So hopefully with these 3 items, this so doesn't want to come out of this box. And I did figure out how to put these back. Not completely intuitive from when I did that, but very easy to do so. All right, so we'll figure out what we're going to do. So it looks like that will go towards the end. I'm going to say probably all the way at the end. Maybe, because this is hard, maybe 1 pluck. All right, so I'll figure out how I want to pluck this, and you don't need to hang out while I pluck, because that's not worth it. So I'm thinking maybe something like, I'll probably do this. Something like that, to where the screen faces in and has, you know, some protection, as opposed to, you know, this or that. Definitely the screen down. I'll see if I have enough room. But yeah, I'll play with some ideas and see what I come up with in terms of the final fit. Back later. All right, YouTubers, I went old school. Busted out the electric knife, carving knife. I did not go the pluck and pull route, because it looks like there is a band, this band that goes all the way around, that's not pluckable. So the pluck starts, you know, ½ an inch in. So I grabbed some old foam laying around, and I did my own hack. And I've got the area for the cord, the area for the tripod, and of course the area that already has goober in it, the double stacked area for the actual Labradar. So face down, there's the original foam that's in there, and I don't know what I'll put here. Maybe nothing, or maybe I should have done that. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. That was these were easy choices, and this gives me there's no movement here, none whatsoever. So that was a what I would call an equitable investment for the cost of this device. So everything's included. Can't think of anything that I would need here. I'm not going to be carrying around the instructions because I've got an app for it and it's pretty intuitive. But for what this is, I would say that we are golden and impact resistant and small enough that taking this to the range isn't as big a deal as bringing the big Labradar. So we're going to call this a wrap. And maybe that is my, that's going to be my thumbnail. Okay, YouTubers, one last segment / update because you know I couldn't just leave things alone. I decided to make this even more similar to my full-size Labradar. And when I was talking about this originally and the fact that I like that it's aluminum / metal housing as opposed to plastic, wasn't trying to slight the Zero, X0, whatever, the Garmin, being all plastic, because the original Labradar, as big as it is all plastic. So again, no slights, no dings, just, you know, it's difference. But I decided that I would add another component to the mix, and that is a portable battery, so that I can always have power for this. Even though the internal battery may be charged, if this sits for a while, it may not be ready to go. So I thought, okay, let me do a full-size external battery as a what I'll call just in case. So that allowed me to move this from here, another cut. So now we've got that, and we are done. This is a finito product. There's my thumbnail now. Later.